Hello, thanks for joining me on a new video. I'm Andrei, and today I'm gonna make something a bit special. I sometimes make reviews and I review photo apps and some gadgets. And today I'm gonna talk about something that I've been following since 2018, 2019. And so I'm gonna review the TourBox, which is this little gadget, you see here, that allows you to assign functions to all of these buttons that you see here, and just speed up your workflow in Photoshop, which is my case, but of course it works with Illustrator, Adobe After Effects, or Adobe Audition. In fact, it has built-in presets for other software, which I'm going to talk about a little later on in this video. And as I said, I've been following this since about 2019, when they started their Kickstarter campaign. And I got in touch with the company back then, and they told me that this is just they are still on the testing phase, and they couldn't send me one. And I just received this copy of it a few weeks ago, and I've been playing with it, and I'm just want to tell you my thoughts about this, and just make a quick review and tell you my opinion about how it works and what it's capable of. So I hope you will like it, and let's jump right into it. First of all, I want to apologize for the light on the video. I forgot to lock the auto exposure. I recorded this with my mobile phone, so that's why you see the light coming up and down. Just a quick unbox, just to show you what you get in the box. Really, like the standard things. You get the instructions manual that just shows you what each button does, but you get also the TourBox software, which there you can find a lot more information about everything. I'm going to show you that software in just a second. Of course, you got besides the manual, you get the safety instructions, and of course also the international warranty card. One of the things that surprised me is that it does not have a wireless connection. I've seen a few controls like this, and most of them, I don't know if there's any that are connected by Bluetooth or some kind of wireless technology, but all of them are connected by cable, this one as well. So you have to keep it connected in order to be able to use it. So you need a free USB port. This has a USB 3 connection. It has a Type-C connector, and the cable is about 1 meter long, and it has this texture, this textile cover on the cable, which I think it makes it more durable and more resistant, which is nice. One other thing that surprised me is the weight of this device. It's really small, you can see. It just fits in the palm of my hand really nicely. It's not a big device, but it's kind of heavy compared to the size. When I saw it, when I got the box, I thought there was like 2 of them inside. But that's also an advantage because it's really stable. The rubber soles are really good, they are really stable, so you get great stability on it. In terms of dimensions, it's about 11 centimeters wide and 10 centimeters tall. I don't know how much is that in inches. I'm going to put it here on the screen. And the texture of this, I really loved it. It's just like this. I don't know if you can see it on the camera with the light. It has this. Of course, you cannot feel it on the video, but it has this really soft, silky, smooth effect on it. But in contrast to that, the buttons are really like kind of plasticky, and especially this knob over here, I found it to be kind of cheap plastic. I don't know, it kind of moves a little bit as well, but in general it's a really good build, I think. The knob here, this one over here, let me just turn it so you can see it on the light. This knob over here and this one, I found them to be a little, I don't know, it has no steps jumping here. Like for example, this one, it have this like on a mouse wheel, but this one does not have that feeling on it, those bumps, or I don't know how to call them. Okay, but the overall quality is pretty awesome, I have to say. And all of the buttons have this click sound. I don't know if you can see it, if you can hear on the mic. to have this kind of mouse, but they're not too loud, so it's not annoying. Now, let's talk a bit about the functions and how it works with Photoshop and what I think about after using it for about a couple of weeks. As I said, the Toolbox Console is what controls this device. So from here you can change the presets, you can change the functions on the buttons and everything that you need. Now I just updated to the version 2.1, and this version is supposed to detect the software that you're using and just automatically selects the preset for you. In my case, I'm just having Lightroom and Photoshop installed, and the first time you open the Toolbox console, just gives you a tour about all the sections that you have in here, but it's pretty intuitive, so it's nothing really fancy. You can add new presets from here. So basically you can here you can see all the buttons that we have. Also, when you press, for example, when you touch one of the buttons, it automatically selects the button in here, which you can change. Also, one thing that it happens when you open the Toolbox console is you have this little widget which stays on top of the applications that you're currently using. One thing I didn't mention is that it's compatible with Windows and Mac as well, so you can use it on Windows as well. And as I said, this widget, what it does, it helps you. It's just like a cheat sheet that shows you the current functions that you have on this buttons over here. This one is on the bottom, okay. And of course, you can see here the diagram here on the lower left. And you can change this depending on your preset. When you change the preset, you can see this pops up telling you that you switched presets, so that you're aware of it. One thing that is really nice is that the buttons here on the left, the short and the tall, this buttons over here, and also the side, can be are like hotkeys. So you can see when I press it, take a look on this. I'm gonna put it over here so you can see it better. When you select it, you can change tools, so it's like a subset of functions. When I press that button, you can see that now if I also press this one on the left, I get to select other tools. So let's do that in Photoshop so you can see what I mean by that. Now before we do that, let me just show you how the auto switch works. When you turn it on, you can choose, for example, the Photoshop preset. I want to assign it to the Photoshop software. So when I click here, I can see this list with all the software, with all the programs, all the software that I have currently opened. So I will choose Photoshop CC and click OK. And now whenever I open Photoshop, the Toolbox console is going to select this preset automatically. And when you hover over it, you can see which software have linked to this particular preset. One other thing before we continue with this demonstration is I want to go to the website so I can show you something. If you go to the downloads and choose software, here you can also get presets. Sorry, on the presets here you can see that it's for Mac and Windows, and you can see all the this is the changelog of the software and the firmware. And if you go to the presets, here you can download presets for other software, like for example for Premiere or Final Cut, or even for Affinity Photo or Capture One. And I think you can also upload your own, and people can download them, I guess. Let's go back to Photoshop and let's open, I don't know, this is a PSD file from one of my tutorials, but I deactivated my hard drive. So let's open this other one. This is from an upcoming tutorial that I'm just gonna record today or tomorrow maybe. This is just for demonstration purposes. As you can see, the gadget stays on top. For example, if I all the tools that you have in here are controlled from this buttons over here. So if I press the left arrow, it's gonna select the healing brush tool set, okay, which is this one over here. You can also cycle through them, and for that what you have to do is just press and hold that key and then use that wheel. You can see you can cycle through them. So basically you have to press this one and the wheel and just turn it, and you can see how it cycles through that tool set, which is really awesome. What is really awesome about this is the modifier buttons over here. So basically this one and this one over here, which, as you can see on the gadget over here, is gonna change the functions. So you almost don't need the keyboard. You spend some time using this thing and the keyboard is gonna be irrelevant. At first it's gonna be a little weird because you're not used to it, but if you spend like a week or two and force yourself to use it, because most people get frustrated. It happened to me the first time I used one of these things, and you're not used to it. It's just like when you get the first time your graphic tablet and you start painting and you see like it's really weird if you're used to using the mouse. But spend a couple of weeks, a month playing with it, and it's gonna be really hard to go back to the mouse because it's just so natural to use that pen. The same thing happens with this. At first it's gonna be awkward because you're not used to the functions, you're not used to getting your hands on it and just move it around. But as soon as you play with it a bit and incorporate this into your workflow, it's gonna be so much easier and it's gonna speed up the workflow immensely. Just with this thing and with the graphics tablet, you no longer need the keyboard, pretty much in 90% of the cases. The great thing about this is that it's not only for designers. You can use it on your video editing software or also on your audio editing software. The thing is that you can assign functions and just forget about the keyboard, and that's the main function of this, is to do that and just speed up your workflow. Now let me go back a little bit to the Toolbox console just to see how you can assign a function to a button, which is really easy, as I said. For example, let's say you want to adjust what this knob over here does, the scroll. When you touch it, it's automatically selecting that, and when you click here, you get a list of shortcuts that you have, and have a few built-in functions. For example, for Photoshop, LR is for Lightroom, I think, because I only have two presets, Lightroom and Photoshop, and has a few built-in functions. For example, for Photoshop, I could choose to zoom reverse for this button, okay, and just click OK, and it's gonna assign that function to it. Also, you can add your own keyboard shortcuts. For example, in my case, as I said, I have the magic wand to the W key. So if I choose, let me cancel this. If I choose, I don't know, this one and this one, the magic wand is the W, it should recognize it, but in case it does not, just type your key and that's pretty much it. One thing to keep in mind is that if you have your own keyboard shortcuts that are not the default ones Photoshop comes with, some of the functions that are built in with the device may not work. For example, if you press the W, by default you should get the magic wand tool. So for example, if I do this, you can see that it's assigned to the magic wand tool. But in my case, the magic wand has no keyboard shortcut in Photoshop. In fact, if I go here to Photoshop and I press W, nothing happens. Okay, because I changed the W key to be my brush size, so it's not gonna work. So if I want to have the magic wand able to be selected from here, I have to have the magic wand. I have to assign a keyboard shortcut to the magic wand here in Photoshop. So I have to go to here and choose my tools. It's in Spanish, but it doesn't matter. Let me just find the magic wand. This is the magic wand. You can see I have no keyboard shortcut assigned to it here in Photoshop. So if there's no keyboard shortcut assigned here in Photoshop, no matter what you do here in the Toolbox console, it's not gonna work. So first, make sure you have your keyboard shortcuts assigned here in Photoshop first, and then go back to the Toolbox and assign that function there. The good thing about this is that you can assign some really weird keyboard shortcut like Shift, Option, Command 5 to select, I don't know, maybe the pen tool, and then assign that really complicated keyboard shortcut with just one button here, and that really solves you. It just saves you to have to remember that keyboard shortcut, which is nice. So that being said, that's all I had to say. I really love it. I think it's a really great tool to have. It's gonna speed up your workflow a lot. Even if you work with keyboard shortcuts, switching to this is like just like another level. You have to use it for a while to get used to it, but it has a really good build quality. I would like to have it on Bluetooth or some kind of wireless technology. I don't know if that's not possible or what, but it would really be great to have it wirelessly connected, but it's not the case. Anyway, I think it's a great product, and if you have any questions about it, just let me know, and I'm try to help you out with that. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.